What's happening, guys? Well, we're off, and as promised, we're getting away from Tailem Bend. I'm heading back up the river to Katarapko Creek. So this was a great little creek I liked when I did my houseboat trip. If you haven't checked that out, check them out. That's what my channel started with, was my houseboat up the River Murray. So check that out. But I liked Katarapko Creek when I went for a bit of a trip up it with my tinny. So it is a national park, and I've had to book a site. I think it costs $13.50 a night. I'm going to stay for 2 nights. I've got campsite 26. It looks pretty good on Katarapko Creek. I've got the kayak aboard. I've got some stumps in the back for the fire. I've actually got a trailer on the back which my son got for me. I've got the stumps out on the farm. So it's probably about 2.5 hour trip, I'm guessing. Probably another half an hour for me to find the camp spot. But it looks good. I'm pretty excited to get up there. We're going to do a bit of fishing, a bit of kayaking. I've got a couple of special cook-ups I'm going to do. So you got to watch them. Anyway, we're heading up to Katarapko Creek. I'm excited. So it's that time where I need to turn the camera around, show you guys what I'm looking at, and it also means it's time to start the music. Okay, I'm lost. So we have to come in from the other way. Okay, we're going good here. The map says I go left here. I think the road might be shut. Alright, let's go and try another way. I'm good at this. So very corrugated. I think it's best to go nice and slow like I am, or flat out. But well, that was lucky. Corrugated road. Tailgates vibrated out. There we go. A couple of skippies looking at us. Okay, here we go, a couple of signs. Campsites 35 to 1. That's us. So we could have come in the lower road, I think. Anyway, looks like they've changed it a bit from Wiki Maps, which is what I was using. Once you get in here, the campsites are clearly marked. That was campsite 34 back there. The old campers wave. How you going, buddy? Okay, here should be the next one on the right here. Campsite 26. Go and check it out. Campsite 32 back there looked pretty good too. Here we are. Did we pick a good one or not? Oh, it looks good. It's got the fire pit there. This is beautiful. Let's work out where we're going to set up camp. Fantastic. Well, this is it, guys. Katarapko Creek, campsite number 26. Looks bloody beautiful to me. Got a little fire pit over there. One of those old swirly things you can turn around to cook stuff on, but that looks pretty old. Can see myself getting into a bit of trouble here, putting the kayak in, but we'll give it a crack. Go out for a bit of a kayak tomorrow. Still a fair bit of flow in the creek, so that's heading back towards just below Loxton. And Katarapko Creek, from memory and a really rough guess, starts probably about 20 kilometres above Loxton. But time to get camp set up. Might chuck the rod in, see if there's any fish in here, and get the fire ready to go. Okay guys, just going to show you exactly where we are heading to. So obviously the map of Australia there, we're down in South Australia, just a little bit east of Adelaide. So we'll just zoom it in a bit there, and as we go in you'll be able to see my hometown, Tailem Bend, just in there, and the River Murray scooting up around here. So we'll just zoom it in a bit more, and where we're heading is back through the back of Tailem Bend, up through Karoonda, Borrika, Sanderwood, and we're heading across here, up through Loxton and up to Berri. And the area we're going to get to is just below Berri, but it's across the other side of the river, so we cross the bridge there. The only other way would be to go back to Kingston on Murray and then come back through. So if you're coming from Adelaide, it'll be through Waikerie, Kingston on Murray, and then I'm not too sure how you'd get in, but there would be signposts there. It's actually called the Murray River National Park, or River Murray National Park, and you can go online to find everything you need to about it and to book your sites. So we'll just zoom in a bit closer. So we cross the river here at Berri, and then this little road that comes through here, and it's all signposted for the River Murray National Park, and it tells you when you're getting to your campsites. This map isn't showing Katarapko Creek. So Katarapko Creek starts about in there and curves back down to the other side of Loxton. So, but the road comes all the way through in here, and as we get a bit closer, you're going to be able to see the splash regulator, which you'll see in the video. And we were just around the corner from the splash regulator, so we're camped about there. We'll put a mark in there. So that's about where we were camped, and just off the River Murray. But yeah, I've got no idea why they don't show Katarapko Creek on this map, but trust me, it's there. So we'll just zoom back out again so you can have another look where we are. And we're actually slightly northeast of Adelaide, and there we go. So I hope that helps you a bit. So let's get to Katarapko Creek and show you what happened on the trip. Okay guys, today we're doing a very special cook up, famous in Adelaide and South Australia. Don't worry about the plank of wood I got there. Got a few of those from home I want to get rid of, so we'll gradually burn that off. So what we're cooking up today though is the famous pie floater, and I'll explain to you more about it in a minute, but first of all we've got to get the square pie in. I've got the trivet in there, is that what it's called, Clarky? I'll stick the pie in there, we'll put the top on there. We're just going to gradually let that warm up. It's going to take a while, but we'll sneak that over. We might put some coals on the top in a minute, but we'll see how it goes. And the next part of this iconic meal is pea and ham soup. Obviously it's better if you make your own, but this is all I could find in the shop. And what happens is you heat the pea and ham soup up, you heat the pie up, you put the pie in upside down in a bowl, you pour the pea and ham soup over it, and then you put tomato sauce over the top of that. It may not look brilliant, but it's beautiful. So the story behind the pie floater is, in Adelaide, years ago they used to have heaps of pie carts or pie vans. I can remember when, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, there was 3, and the pie carts were just a big caravan. They'd tow them in there behind a truck and leave them parked for the day and then take them home at night. And the main one was at Victoria Square, right next to the post office, the GPO, and the other one was in front of the railway station, which is now the casino and also still a railway station. And the other one I can remember is out at Norwood, on Norwood Parade. I think it was called Cowley's Pie Cart. And it was just a cheap meal. The old, you get pea and ham soup poured over a pie, a meat pie with a bit of tomato sauce, and it was something crazy like $3 or $4 back in the day. So a lot of the people who were roaming the streets could afford it, and even just everyday people liked it. And especially after a night out on the town, you'd had a few beers. It was always good to finish off with a pie floater. So we're going to attempt to make one tonight and see how it goes. So there's the cook up for the night. Chucked a few coals on top of the camp oven. Put the cans of pea and ham soup there. I have released the top so they don't blow up in my face, unlike one other time. Should take a fair while though. So I wanted to try and get it done before it gets dark, but I don't think that's going to happen. Sun's going down. Don't know if you can see over there, they've got what do they call it, the splash regulator. So that controls water going out into the backwaters or out into the salt flats. We'll go for a canoe up there and check it out later on. Okay, we've had to do a couple of alterations to tonight's cook up. I haven't read the instructions on the soup, but I've got a funny feeling that it's a concentrate and you're supposed to mix water with it, because I keep checking it and it's hot and it's yeah, pretty solid. So what I've done, I've taken about a quarter out of each can, topped it up with water, stirred it around, and that should do the job. Okay, ready to plate up. I must have left my hook at home, I can't find it, so I've just got a stick here. Now all I need now is for this to break and coals go all over me pie, and then I'll be pissed off. Come on, balance, 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 yes. Alright, we'll stick that down here. Where can we put that? Don't want to dirty it because we're going to be using that tomorrow night for a roast. Letting you know early, next week's video will be roast, I don't know what I bought, roast lamb in a roll. But anyway, let's get in here. There's the pie. Oh, that feels good. The soup might be a bit thick, but she's going to have to do. Let me get this pie over. Oh. Now, the trick with the pies, you got to put them in upside down. So there we go. Upside down in the middle. Actually, I should put some soup in first. I'm going to do this. Let me just take that out. Right. Got to use my old hat here to grab it. Hang on. Perhaps I'll just swing it out. That'd be smarter, wouldn't it, you idiot? Right. Grab this old hat. All stuck. We'll chuck a little bit of this in the bowl. Hoping it's runny enough. Oh shit, that's bloody hot. That doesn't look good, does it? But It'll taste good. We put the pie in upside down. We put some, oh shit, I forgot it was hot. Where's the hat? Right, soup over the top of it. That's looking good. Chuck this down here for the bin later on. Get the last can here. Right, here we go. Lift it up with the hat. Oh, come on. Right, we'll just pour it over. Oh, there we go. Right, so here we go to finish it off. And this is going to scare a few of you people. Tomato sauce over the top of the pie. And there you have it. Iconic South Australian meal, or iconic Adelaide meal, the pie floater. Score coming up in a minute. Thought I'd better show you my first scoop of it. Cut into the pie, bit of the soup. Perfection. Well guys, I cleaned that one up. I'm glad I mixed the water with the soup. Bloody beautiful. Probably helps because I hadn't eaten all day because I was running late, so that might have helped a little bit. But that was the Adelaide pie floater. Sadly, no more pie vans left in Adelaide. You're going to say, yeah, well, that's why, but they used to be yeah, all over the place. But you still can get a pie floater at a few places. I know the North Adelaide Bakery on O'Connell Street does them, and the thing that reminded me about them was McHugh's Bakery at Murray Bridge. They had to sign up pie floaters, so they're still around, and they're not too bad. I'm going to give that one 7.9. That's my review. Good morning. What a beautiful morning. Got the birds chirping in the background. Bloody peaceful. Haven't caught a fish. But we've got the fire going. Going to put some breakfast on in a minute, do some bacon and eggs. I don't usually have breakfast, but for the sake of the video, we'll do some bacon and eggs for breakfast. Had a nice quiet night last night. Couple of scared of the dark medicines. Watching the fire. Listening to a bit of music. The moon came out. It was probably about 3/4 of a moon, I reckon. Which lit the place up a little bit. But just fantastic morning. Got the bacon sizzling away. Got me stuff where I put the fry pan. Must be home somewhere. Listen to that sizzle. Hang on. Can you hear it? Nearly burnt me bloody mic. Got the eggs in. Looking good. Well, that was bloody beautiful. The old bacon and eggs, they're always going to be in the low 8s, no matter what. But with this beautiful scenery, the birds chirping in the background, the fish biting on... No, the fish aren't biting on my line. But that got a solid 8.6. That's my review. So that's Katarapko Creek upstream where it flows down, and over here we've got the splash regulator, which from what I can work out just controls how much water goes out into the backwaters. And that's the road there that leads down to the lower campsites. I'm at 26, so all the way down to campsite number 1. keep out crocodiles. Nah, that's not going to faze me. Okay guys, that's probably going to end part 1 of this video of camping at Katarapko Creek. We'll be back for part 2 next Wednesday. I'll stick the drone up then, show you where we are. We'll go for a bit of a canoe, and we've got another cook up. But when we leave tomorrow, I'm going to probably call into a couple of the other campsites. There's about 40 or 50 along here, I think, and see what we can see and let you guys know if I happen to find any good ones. So we'll catch you guys next week. Don't forget, subscribe, we're nearly up to 1,000, and leave a comment, ask a question, press the thumbs up button. Anything else, usually at this time of the video there's no one watching anyway, so we'll catch you next week.